So, part of the weight loss journey has to involve an amount of falling in love with yourself. If you can hear me out a little and indulge me in this discussion, what I mean to say is that you have to acquaint yourself with who you are, accept the person that you are, and actually fall in love with you. From your physical to your brain to the little things that you do. Why? Well, because it helps in the weight loss journey. Through the process of you not liking your body to the process of loving your body and what it does today, and not necessarily focus in some image of how your body should look like, when it will not that it will never happen, but it's not your circumstance today. What the body that you own is the body that's making your experiences amazing. The face that you have is what makes your life amazing, because you are using it to portray happiness, sadness, enjoyment of conversation, and also it tells the other so much about you, about how you how you are perceiving the conversation to go, and how you admire the other person. So there's a few things that I would say that are very warranted when it comes to tips and tricks to make you fall in love with yourself. Good morning, friends. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jessica, and I engage in conversations about weight loss, weight-related disease education, and how to achieve weight loss in an affordable way that honors your way of living. The first one would be, don't compare yourself to other people. It took me, for example, about 5 years to lose 100 pounds. It might take some other person 2 years. Fantastic. It just means that I decided to not compare myself, because when I used to, my diets never worked, because I had this idealized or this expectation that I was going to be able to succeed like the next person did. Not at all. For me and my body and my struggles, I had to take a step back and not worry too much about body image, and more so about how do I accommodate this new lifestyle and how do I implement it so it becomes a lifestyle, right? So has my life changed from, in the last 5 years in terms of eating and moving my body? Absolutely. Was it slow? Absolutely. To the point where every implementation, it's not like I didn't feel it. It just became now a routine. A routine so much so that it doesn't. I don't know how to get back to the road of how I used to live. So maybe something that can help you. Now, one of the aspects is that because weight loss is so ups and downs, and there might be weeks where you just cannot manage and other weeks where you can. You've heard me talk about the 80-20 rule. You cannot be so hard to yourself that you decide to abandon the whole project. The whole project is gone. And that is not something that I would say it's helpful for you, for the sole reason that, again, then you become or you start gaining weight again, because as humans, that's the tendency, right? I've talked about the one cookie in a span of 5 years, that's 15 pounds. So putting it in the other process, it is possible to abstain for the one cookie for 5 years and lose 15 pounds. So there you are, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. I think that there's an amount of detachment that you need to sort of disengage from social media and comparing yourself to other people, because really we are all humans, we are all beautiful, we all have the journey, our life journeys they're not the same as other people. The second that we start looking at other people's pictures, everyone is always doing something better. The second that we do that, then the second that we are dissatisfied, and therefore we now manage to say, well, I will never be an athlete, I will never be thin, so therefore now I'm going to eat whatever I want, which at the end of the day, that's really not how weight loss works, right? You can eat whatever you want to a certain extent, but you also can have days where you are absolutely abiding or staying within your calorie limits. Is it a negotiation? Absolutely. Do I eat the same on Friday that I do on Wednesday? Absolutely not. I use more volume eating on Wednesdays than I do on Fridays. On Fridays, I'm like my wine, I like my little desserts, and that's exactly what I do. So again, not comparing yourself to other people, obviously. Believe that you're worthy. You're worthy of being whoever the hell you want to be. I always imagined myself that I would be an athlete, and I am one. I love what I do. I love weight training, and it is my hobby, and I adore it. I love it. I found something that I like, so I engage in it. And by default, then your body starts changing, and then you start to look at things differently. But you are worthy of looking and of feeling, even though you might not think that's the body that you have is of an athlete. If you feel you're an athlete because you're worthy. You're worthy of feeling, of looking yourself in the mirror with appreciation. Why not? I don't know that hating what you look at is productive, or it's even helpful to you, because at the end of the day, somebody loves you. I'm pretty sure, right? You have mother. My mother loves me. Right? I have kids. They love me, and so start looking from that worthy spectrum or the lens of worthiness, and actually put your spin. I am loved. I'm also loved by me. I love me. And the last thing I would say about wellness and actually being in love with yourself is look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. You might giggle. You might think that is funny, that you might not be brave enough to say that. But eventually it does catch on. When I started my affirmation, every morning I started about 3-4 years ago. Every morning I would not be brave enough to even look at myself in the mirror and say, I love you, you're worthy. Because it was embarrassing, but then it became something that I started to look at myself a little closer and say, I'm not looking too bad today. Because because when you shift that mentality, even when someone says, well, you don't look like an athlete, or you don't look like this, it doesn't matter, because that's their opinion. You're still lovely. Anyway, I want you to have a wonderful day, and I wish you health and happiness. Bye-bye.